Welcome to today's roundup of the most talked about stories making waves across the nation. Yes, the Republic is still standing, somehow. From political turmoil to heartwarming viral moments, we've got it all covered. Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into current events, with a brief stop to appreciate some adorable animals, because we all need it. Let's kick things off with the big one. The trade war between the US and China has escalated to unprecedented levels, and it's making waves across the globe. This isn't just a headline, it's a seismic shift in how the world does business. Trump has slapped a 145% tariff on Chinese imports. That's not a typo, 145%. It's a move that's as bold as it is controversial, and it's sending shockwaves through industries far and wide. Now, I'm no economist, but even I know slapping that much extra cost on goods isn't going to magically bring back manufacturing jobs. Sure, it might sound like a patriotic rallying cry, but the reality is far more complex. Manufacturing jobs don't just vanish because of competition. They disappear because of automation, globalization, and shifting economic priorities. Instead, we're likely to see higher prices for consumers. Because tariffs don't mean China pays, it means we do. Every trip to the store could feel like a punch to the wallet, and families across America are already bracing for impact. And it's not just about the price tags, it's about the ripple effects, how one decision can cascade through the economy, affecting everything from small businesses to global supply chains.
Think of it like this. China sneezes, and the rest of the world catches a very expensive cold. Financial markets react, businesses scramble, and the uncertainty spreads faster than you can say trade deficit. American businesses, particularly farmers, are caught in the crossfire, losing access to crucial markets. For many, this isn't just a policy debate, it's a matter of survival. When exports dry up, so do livelihoods.
But hey, maybe this is all part of some 4D chess move by a stable genius. Maybe there's a master plan we're not privy to, a strategy so intricate it'll leave us all in awe. Or maybe it's just chaos disguised as strategy. And who knows, maybe just maybe we'll all be sipping Mai Tais on a beach made of American-made goods. A utopia where everything is made in the USA and the economy thrives like never before. If history's any indication though, we're going to need a bigger boat, a much bigger boat, because navigating these waters is no small feat, and the stakes couldn't be higher. A much bigger boat, preferably one filled with economists who can undo the damage, and maybe, just maybe, steer us toward calmer seas. Wall Street, that bastion of rational thought, is predictably freaking out. The financial world is in a frenzy, and it's not just the traders on the floor. From boardrooms to coffee shops, everyone's got an opinion on the latest market chaos. The Dow Jones took a nosedive faster than a pigeon escaping a toddler with breadcrumbs. It's as if the market collectively decided to test gravity, and spoiler alert, it works. Investors are scrambling to make sense of the numbers, but the charts don't lie. Investors are running around like they just heard free samples at Costco. The panic is palpable, and the energy on the trading floor is electric, though not in a good way. It's a scene of chaos, confusion, and a lot of shouting.
Uncertainty in the markets is about as welcome as a skunk at a picnic. Businesses are frustrated, and who can blame them? Planning for the future feels impossible when the rules of the game keep changing. When the world's two largest economies start playing tariff ping-pong, even seasoned investors sweat through their suits. The stakes are high, and every move feels like a gamble. It's a high-stakes game with global consequences. Volatility makes businesses hesitant to invest, stifling growth and innovation. Factories sit idle, and boardrooms are filled with more questions than answers. The ripple effects are felt far beyond Wall Street.
But hey, at least someone's making money, right? For every loser in the market, there's a winner. It's a zero-sum game, and some are playing it better than others. Unless you're shorting the market, in which case, congrats, you monster. Betting against the market might make you rich, but it doesn't win you any friends. Still, in times like these, survival often trumps popularity. The real question is, how long can this go on? How much uncertainty can the market handle before something breaks? It's a delicate balance, and everyone's holding their breath. How many times can we watch the market yo-yo before it snaps? The tension is building, and the stakes couldn't be higher. One thing's for sure, this is a story that's far from over. China has retaliated with their own tariffs on US goods, targeting agriculture and manufacturing. This move is not just a countermeasure, it's a calculated strike aimed at the heart of the US economy. By focusing on key industries, China is sending a clear message. They're not backing down without a fight.
It's a classic case of you hit me, I hit you. But this isn't just a playground scuffle. The stakes are higher, and the consequences ripple far beyond the negotiating table. Every punch thrown in this economic boxing ring leaves a mark, not just on the opponents but on the global economy. And soon, both sides are bruised and wondering how it all started. What began as a strategy to protect domestic interests has spiraled into a complex web of retaliations, missteps, and unintended consequences. This tit-for-tat exchange is escalating tensions faster than a Monopoly game between siblings. But unlike a board game, there's no reset button here. The stakes are real, and the fallout is affecting millions of lives.
Remember when trade wars were supposed to be easy to win? Yeah, about that. Farmers are losing livelihoods, businesses are shutting down, and entire communities are feeling the strain. The ripple effects are undeniable, stretching from rural farmlands to urban centers. And consumers are left footing the bill. Prices are climbing, wallets are shrinking, and the average person is left wondering how this all benefits them. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Everyone gets burned. The financial markets are in chaos, protests are erupting, and the uncertainty is palpable. It's a lose-lose situation, and yet, the cycle continues.
But hey, at least the news networks are having a field day with all this drama. Headlines are sensational, ratings are soaring, and the 24-hour news cycle has found its latest obsession. For everyone else, though, it's a grim reminder of the cost of economic conflict.
In a move that surprised no one, the Supreme Court has issued a decision on insert topic. This landmark ruling will have far-reaching implications for explain the impact of the decision.
Supporters are praising the court for reasons for support, while critics argue it reasons for criticism.
It sets a precedent that could mention potential future consequences for years to come.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but one thing's for sure, this debate is far from over.
This week's voter suppression offender is state location, where lawmakers are making it harder to vote.
Because democracy works best when fewer people participate, right?
These laws are often passed under the guise of preventing voter fraud, which is about as common as a unicorn on a unicycle.
It's a solution in search of a problem, and the problem it's creating is a direct threat to democracy.
The Trump administration is cracking down on student visas, making it harder for international students to study in the US.
Because the best way to attract the brightest minds is to tell them they're not welcome.
The stated reason, explain rationale. But let's be honest, this feels like another attempt to stoke fear and xenophobia.
The real losers? American universities who rely on international students for their diverse perspectives and tuition dollars.
The Trump administration is cutting funding for climate change research.
This latest round of budget cuts targets key programs at NASA and the EPA.
It's like watching a house fire and deciding to defund the fire department.
The justification? Saving money. But let's not kid ourselves, this is about silencing science.
Meanwhile, the world is already feeling the effects of climate change, from extreme weather to rising sea levels.
Oh my gosh, finally some good news. Trader Joe's has brought back their beloved mini paper bags.
That's right, the tiny bags are back and they're here to stay, hopefully.
These bags? They're not just bags. They're a statement, a symbol of everything good in this world.
They're the perfect size for holding cookie butter, flowers, or miniature grocery items.
Social media is losing it with hashtags like #MiniBagMiracle. Meet the internet's newest star, an adorable dachshund who's stolen our hearts.
This pup with its lazy charm has become a viral sensation.
The video of this dachshund lounging around has racked up millions of views.
The internet's reaction has been overwhelming, with dog lovers everywhere sharing their adoration. For a brief moment, the world stood still.
On date, millions witnessed a breathtaking total solar eclipse.
From Oregon to South Carolina, the moon's shadow raced across the continent.
Strangers came together, standing in awe as the sun disappeared behind the moon.
A reminder of the vastness of the cosmos and our place within it. Thanks for tuning in to today's top stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. Share this video with your friends to keep them informed. And we'll see you next time with more stories shaping the nation. Word count reduced to 1856.